contraire un acteur des progrès vers la paix au Proche-Orient. Et nous comprenons que le choix du président Bachar al-Assad est de jouer ses cartes au service des progrès vers la paix au Proche-Orient.
السلام في الشرق الأوسط هو الهدف بعيد المنال بالنسبة إلى المجتمع الدولي لأكثر من 60 عاما. هل تلعب سوريا دورا في ذلك؟ ربما. إذا توصلت إلى اتفاق مع إسرائيل بشأن مرتفعات الجولان التي احتلت عام 1967. في الشهور القليلة الماضية بدأت سوريا مفاوضات غير مباشرة مع إسرائيل من خلال تركيا، حيث أن الاتفاقية يمكن أن تغير الوضع في الشرق الأوسط. لكن لتحقيق ذلك سيتعين على الرئيس بشار الأسد إعادة النظر في علاقته مع إيران وفي دعمه لحركات المقاومة العربية، لكن هذا ليس أمرا سهلا.
Hamas is influential, you cannot ignore it. You cannot achieve peace while Hamas is outside this peace or against the peace. The same in Lebanon, if you don't have dialogue with Hezbollah, whether direct or indirect or any kind of dialogue, or at least if you don't recognize this party as influential party, you will fail.
Et est-ce que ce dialogue ou ces dialogues multiples vont avoir une incidence sur l'ouverture politique au cœur de la Syrie, dans le pays?
Definitely, because one of the biggest obstacles that we have during the last 4 years is the problem that we've been facing and surrounding Syria, actually. That will, this is a big obstacle that will make you postpone many things and change the priority. So if you have this cooperation, and this cooperation resulted with better situation, at least externally, you will have the time to focus more on the internal issue. But when you have obstacles, when you have attempts of destabilizing your country, and you have terrorist attacks, the first priority for me is to be alive. I have to be alive first, then I can eat and help my children. But if I die or if they die, what's the benefit of that? So the priority has changed. Stability first, economy second, and politics, internal politics third. If we have this cooperation, if we have this fruitful cooperation with results, definitely you will change this priority and you can focus on something else. That's normal.
I mean, we'll see. At some point, Bashar will be put to the test in terms of where he wants to go in terms of political openness, in terms of lessening the role of the mukhabarat. Because at some point there is going to be stability in the region. At some point there is going to be a Syrian-Israeli peace. And people are going to say, okay, now, Mr. President, now's the time for you to enact the reforms that you wanted to from the very beginning. Were you just kidding, or were you really serious about it?
في الوقت الحالي يعزز هذان الزوجان الشابان صورتهما الحديثة والبسيطة في الحياة العامة، كما نشاهد هنا في دار الأوبرا في دمشق.
I think anybody in a position of authority and leadership is that they are as close to people as possible and they live as close to reality as possible. So I think that the fact that they saw me or the president driving our own cars just brought that gap closer, as when they see me in the supermarket with my children, or they see us in the school plays at the end of the year, where both my husband and I go and we clap for our children and all their friends as well, or when they see us in restaurants or going to the theatre. We do it because, again, that is a part of normality for any individual, any family. But we also do it because it brings us closer to the realities on the ground, and both are really important.
I think President Bashar would win a free election, a real free election in Syria today. Obviously, he would not garner 97% of the vote as he did in the last referendum in 2007. He has acquired an aquifer of support in Syria for having kept the country together amid instability on his borders in Lebanon and in Iraq. He has garnered and acquired aquifer of support in the country for having not given in to the American project. He has been able to funnel nationalist resistance against this external pressure into support for the regime. And plus, you know, he lives a humble life. He's not ostentatious.
تولى الرئيس بشار الأسد الرئاسة في سن صغير جدا، ومن الواضح أنه لعب دورا مهما في مستقبل الشرق الأوسط، لكن هناك قيود على حريته في التصرف، وقد تجعله صلته الوثيقة مع إيران وسيطا مهما في المفاوضات مع الغرب. لكن بسبب صلاته ودعمه لقوى المقاومة العربية، فإن هذه القوى الغربية ترى أنه لا بد من تحديد مسار سياسته: الانفتاح على الغرب أو القومية العربية. سياستان متناقضتان على الرئيس بشار الأسد أن يوافق بينهما.